Howdy.
Inspector Asher said that you wanted to see me.
I want to talk to somebody in charge.
Well, I'm Lieutenant Guthrie. This is Inspector Greb.
Danny?
Hello.
Is this the office where you report a killer?
Yes, it is.
Good. Then I want to report one.
You mean you think you know someone who committed a murder?
I don't think, mister. I'm sure of it. And I reckon it's my duty to report a murderer, ain't it, fellas?
That's right. Who is it?
My son. Fellas, it ain't easy for a father to report his son being a killer. Fact is, I rightly don't know how to begin.
Well, suppose we begin with your name.
Pete Parkhurst. But you can call me Deadwood. Most everybody else does. You see, I come from Deadwood, South Dakota. Same as Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane. Oh, my, yes, I know them well. Know them well. Say, did you ever hear how Wild Bill got his moniker? You didn't? Well, then, now, give me now, I'll tell you. I know, because I was there. Yes, sir. One time, Bill and me, we was out hunting grizzly bears.
Where do you live?
3510 Jones. You may come across a grizzly bear, the biggest one I ever seen in my life. You never saw such a bear. I'll swear that bear was 27 feet tall.
Where do you work?
I don't. You know what we did? We emptied those guns, they big buffalo guns we had, right at this bear while he was charging. And he kept a-coming and a-coming. You think it stopped him? No, sir. We hit him right here, too. Well, sir, he kept charging, and there was only one thing to do, and Wild Bill Hickok, he did it.
When did you work last?
A few years back. Wild Bill grabbed that bear. Yes, sir, he grabbed him around the neck, gives him with a coming to him, and they started to wrestle. And they wrestled around and around and around and around. Never saw such a wrestling match in my life. And by Jiminy, finally, Wild Bill, he got a stranglehold on that there bear, grabbed him around the neck, and he threw it down so Dad burned hard, he knocked the wind right out of him. You don't believe it? Well, it's a fact. That's how Wild Bill got his name. I know, because I was there. I saw the whole thing.
Deadwood, what makes you so sure your son's a murderer?
Because he killed somebody.
Where?
Back in Helena, Montana.
How do you know?
Told me.
When?
Do you fellas believe in thinking things to happen?
Thinking things to happen?
Yeah. This all happened because I thought it. You see, I live alone. Got a little room in an old hotel.
What did you think?
I'm coming to that. An old beachcomber like me ain't got much time to think about where he's going. But he's sure got plenty of time to think about where he's been. You're young. You look ahead to where you're going. And it's all bright and filled with sunshine. And after you get there finally, you find it ain't sunshiny at all. It's all dark. And then you look back of you, back to where you've been, and you see the things you've done, and that's dark too. The only bright thing is Jim.
And Jim, your son?
Yeah. Haven't seen him for years.
Well, where is your son now?
Got to thinking about him last week. Must have thought pretty hard because one night he showed up. Said he came all the way from Helena. I thought it to happen, you see.
Well, what about the killing in Helena?
Well, Jim didn't tell me about it right off. First few days he stayed pretty close to my room. And then one night he went out. Come in pretty late. That's when I got my sixth sense to working.
What do you mean?
Well, after Jim got to sleep, I snuck out of bed, went over and I went through his clothes. You know, I found over $4,000 in his pocket. He was broke when he hit town.
Did you find anything else?
Yep. 45. One shot fired.
Well, did you ask Jim about the gun?
I didn't get a chance to. When I turned around, he was standing there looking at me. And he was right mad, too. He slugged me. I ain't seen him since.
What does your son look like, Deadwood?
Oh, little under 6 feet, 175, but solid. He's got a birthmark on the right side of his face.